Welcome to today's podcast, One-on-One with Walt Lascos. I'm Walt, and today's message is about education and older adults. I don't suspect that it would come as any surprise to you if I told you that financial scams and fraud continues to blossom as an industry, raking in millions upon millions of dollars each year. Let's see. I've read that the latest estimate, according to data from the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, is that consumers lost $2.7 billion to financial scams in 2023. That's $2.7 billion with a B. They reported that some 854,000 people filed complaints that year. And you know what? Think about all those folks who lost thousands of their life savings to a scam and who are way too embarrassed to admit it. So common sense tells us that $2.7 billion is probably more like 3 or $3.5 billion, right? So the money is going out the door, left and right. Let's face it. All of us are being scammed. And in the case of older adults, those who rely on their life savings to live, those who don't have decades remaining where they can work to replenish what they lost, are losing the most. And what are we doing for them? What are we doing to protect them and to prevent such travesties from occurring? The answer is education. Experts tell us that education is our best weapon in the fight to mitigate financial scams and fraud. Since about 2017, I've been planning and managing in-person educational forums featuring community leaders, credit union CEOs, law enforcement, and lawmakers, along with experts on this topic representing attorneys general, AARP, the Secret Service, and other agencies, all sharing their comments and guidance on ways to recognize a scam and how to avoid falling victim to one. I've planned and hosted these forums on behalf of credit unions in front of hundreds of older adults, their caregivers, and family members across 4 states. And you know, it's worth every effort. Doing them, I've met so many older adults who told me they lost thousands to a scam. Hearing that, it just tears at your heart. But I figure, if this education effort could save one of these older adults from losing thousands, then isn't it worth the effort? Think of it. Suppose the one we save is your frail grandma, or your aging dad who's suffering from dementia, or you. Education is our best weapon to mitigate the blossoming trend of financial scams and fraud. That education could certainly take the format of those in-person forums I was describing earlier, or perhaps hosting them as a series of webinars featuring the same subject matter experts. Or maybe it's educational videos to include on your website, or an article in your credit union newsletter or community newspaper. Or very simply, maybe it's just a poster prominently placed near your tellers on those days when older adults are known to come into the credit union to deposit their Social Security checks. Just do something, please. Live the values your cooperative business model embraces. Help to protect your older adult members from financial scams and fraud. Thanks for listening. Be safe.